Hey, welcome back to Take Action August. I am Penny and welcome to QD Berry Life, where I share with you my trials and tribulations of living with less than 2/3 of my stomach and a little tiny banana belly. So today I had on my agenda to speak with you about my trials and tribulations with coffee. Now, I am no way, shape, or form a coffee connoisseur. I do not have the special Dilly Deluxe coffee that was pooped by an orangutan in the jungles of wherever. And no. If it's on sale, I buy it, you know. So a couple of years ago, a K-cup machine made it into our house. And so I have a variety. I don't like to just have the same coffee all the time. Some people are like that, and I personally am not. I like to have a bunch of different coffees and I like to try coffee, and I have different creamers. And for those of you who've seen my kitchen videos, you saw behind me my collection of coffee syrups. I like cinnamon and vanilla and French vanilla and hazelnut and caramel and the Toriana syrups. And right now I'm drinking these syrups from a company called Lux, and I found them at Tuesday morning. So, but here's the problem. You're working shift work, and you gotta live on caffeine. You got to. I mean, it's the only way that you're going to remotely survive. I remember when I was taking anatomy classes back when I was studying to become a dietitian. Well, another story, a long time ago. And we had to take a sample of our output, our urine, and put it under a microscope and look at it and see what's floating around in our pee. And I had these giant, large, jagged crystals floating around, and the professor comes and he looks in my microscope, looks at me, looks in the microscope. Ew, you must drink a lot of caffeine. So those jagged crystals in my pee was caffeine. And yeah, I drank a lot of coffee, and I still drink a lot of coffee. So this is the thing. When you have the bariatric surgery, you cut out a bunch of stuff, and then you have the surgery, and then over time you add things back into your diet. Okay, and the last thing to go was coffee, and the first one to come back was coffee. Now, my coffee habit was a 32-ounce tumbler twice a day. So it was more coffee than water, for sure. Like, for sure. And this is not good. So I have hypertension, and they go, yeah, I'll drink coffee, don't you? And I'm like, well, yeah, doesn't everybody drink coffee? We're Americans. We're sleep deprived. We live on coffee. There's a coffee shop on every corner. What are you talking about? Of course I drink coffee. And she goes, oh, like the espresso kind? And I'm like, yeah. Because I honestly had like a Dunkin' a day habit. It got really, really bad. And she's all, no, if you want this blood pressure to come down, you need to get the caffeine to calm down. And I'm like, coffee. So now I have coffee down to 1 cup a day. Okay. Now the rest of the time I drink water, or I drink really diluted iced tea. So this is like really diluted iced tea. So honestly, I filled this up this much with water and this much with tea, and it looks this dark. So yeah, but it's good tea. So I'll buy like a bottle of Tijava juice, Tijava tea, and it'll take me like 4 days to drink it because I dilute it. So I'm trying to really dilute my caffeine, drink more tea, drink more water, and try to help everything going on. So one of the big challenges to my coffee is that I have to drink it with sweet and low. And so one of the things that I'm trying to eliminate in Take Action August is artificial sweeteners. Now tea, I can drink all day long without sweet and low. So what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to switch over to tea. But you have to remember something that's very important when you start reducing the chemicals in your life. Okay, because that's one of the things that's going to happen as you start progressing and get more um, whole food, plant-based. Okay, so all of these things that you ate on a regular basis that your body loves, like your little brain loves sugar, your little body loves chocolate, you see cake, that kind of stuff. And you, when you eliminate them, your body starts going, "Where's my friend? Where's my sugar? What happened to my coffee?" And it starts sending you, craving and addiction notifications. Well, it's scary stuff if you're not used to it. If you've ever come off a drug, oh my God. And these are little legal chemicals that you eat on a daily basis, like caffeine, like artificial sweeteners. So you have to wean yourself. So for coffee to go from 60 ounces a day to 8 or 10 was really, really a big decrease. And so drinking the weakened tea also is a caffeine load, but it's a decrease. So I'm slowly weaning myself off. So by the end of August, I should be coffee free and replaced with green tea. So green tea actually has a ton of antioxidant benefits. It's really, really good for you. I personally adore it. I like the Japanese matcha kind of style green tea, but I drink all kinds of green tea. I like green tea with jasmine, and a lot of places carry green tea now, so you can get green tea on the road, even though you're not supposed to be hitting fast food, which kind of leads me into one of the very first things that I came across when I was thinking about transitioning to whole food plant-based, and it was Alton Brown. Alton Brown is one of my favorite Food Network icons, and he was talking about how he lost about 40 pounds and basically switching over to a whole food plant-based diet. But what he did, which I thought was very interesting, is he wrote himself 4 lists. And list number 1 was stuff to eat daily. So green leafies, which is something that I'm really, really challenged with. But if I throw them in a smoothie, I can drink them all day long. Nuts and carrots, green tea, whole grain, and fruit. So if you have oatmeal with fruit, you've got, your fruit and grain covered for lunch. If you have a salad with a bunch of cut up veggies, make yourself a light vinaigrette, you're good. Also, he recommends some beans. So if you throw some beans on the salad, that's really good. And then he also says try to get some cruciferous veggies every day. So if on that salad you throw some chopped broccoli, or make a salad out of chopped broccoli, you're doing really super good. And then any kind of veggies you want, any veggies you want. And, so like if you make yourself a salad, it's got some chopped up veggies, stuff like that, you've got the list knocked out. So he said 3 times a week, said eat yogurt, cauliflower, broccoli, so your cruciferous veggies, eat a sweet potato, avocado, some kind of oily fish, and tofu. Now, for those of you who don't know my tofu story, after I got out of college, one of my first gigs was doing R&D for a company called Morinu, which is a tofu company. And I ended up writing like 120 tofu recipes. And I never, ever wanted to see tofu again. So I married a Japanese. His favorite thing is just a block of tofu covered with some soy sauce and some chopped onions. I could give him that and he'll just be, I love you, lady. I love you. And I'm not a fan. But I'm working on it. I'm working on liking tofu again. Now on the oily fish, I eat a whole bunch of lox. I like salmon. So I eat a lot of salmon. So that takes care of my oily fish. And plus, in the nuts and seed land, flaxseed has a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, which is what you're getting from your oily fish. So it's all good. So anyways, now the third list is stuff you should only eat 1 time a week. And that's red meat, white starch, desserts, and alcohol. okay? So I can easily knock those down to 1 time a week, especially since I have all these other choices that I can eat over the course of the week. Because, like I said, I love fruits and veggies, so hey, I'm totally fine eating my berries and my broccoli and my cauliflower. Roasted cauliflower is divine. And, you know, beans and you know, I can knock all that stuff up, throw some sweet potatoes. I mean, you know, like the chili that I made the other day. It had sweet potatoes and corn in it. So, you know, I'm like, I got my whole grains, I got my sweet potato. It's all good. So I'm eating my 4 list. And then the last and final list is never. So these are foods that you just shouldn't even eat anymore. And the first one is soda. So, you know, we already talked about sugar sweetened soda, and it's really funny because not even a craving. Don't even want it. I mean, I've seen so many people on my bariatric boards that go, when can I have soda again? I'm like never. No, don't let it back into your life, because it's a gateway drug. I'll tell you, it's totally a friggin' gateway drug. Do not drink soda. You really do not need it. There is no nutritional value to soda. It does a sugar slam to your system. It screws up all your hormones. And if you're drinking artificial, like Diet Coke, but it's Diet Coke. No, because it's full of artificial sweeteners. This sends a whole bunch of missed signals to your brain. And then you end up craving stuff, you know, like you eat, like, think about it. When you, oh, time to sip. So, when you drink or eat processed foods, they have chemicals in them. Remember, I told you that chemists come up with processed food, not chefs. Okay? So then the second thing is processed meats. So we're talking bacon, deli meats, Spam, hot dogs. All of these have like a bunch of nitrates in them. They're highly processed. They're usually not made from the greatest quality meat. And so now that I haven't had them for like about 3 weeks, I kind of don't miss them, with the exception of bacon. But everything else, I'm kind of doing really, really good with this one. No soda. I haven't had a soda literally for a year and a half. Like, no desire. And I've only had ice cream once in a year and a half. So I'm doing pretty good in my opinion, because those were 2 that I used to drink every day. And one of the things that's very interesting is if you drink too much Diet Coke, you can start having symptomologies of like a lot of autoimmune diseases. And there's a lot of things, and they break down to things that your body doesn't know what to do with it. And so your body just wraps it in fat and throws it somewhere because it doesn't know what to do with it. So get that stuff out of your life. Then canned soup. Now, personally, I'm a big fan of quick and dirty soup. And in the winter, I will do more videos, and I will show you some of my quick and dirty soups. And you don't need to buy canned soup. Once you learn how to make a quick and dirty soup, you will never need to buy canned soup ever again. Because it is so friggin' easy to open a can of flavored, H-E-B makes this whole line of incredibly delicious flavored tomatoes. Throw that in, throw some water in, throw in a bunch of cut up veggies, and let it cook till everything's soft. Mira, caldo rico. Yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There is. I make all kinds of quick and dirty soups that are just, mum, and they're yummy. They're beyond yummy. And then avoid anything that says diet, because if they take out fat, they add sugar. If they take out carbs, they add fat. And all of them have too much salt. So, and remember, Penny's got a blood pressure problem, so she's got to avoid salt, right? So no processed foods. Everything that's processed, you actually can make from scratch. You just got to figure out how. You want to make a Dorito? Okay, you buy some corn tortillas, or you make corn tortillas. You cut them into slices, you bake them, and then you coat them with a little bit of chili mix. Boom! You've made your own healthy version of a Dorito. So all your processed foods, you can learn to make them yourself. And there's copycat recipes all over the place, and you can figure out how to make them whole food plant-based. There are so many channels that I'm watching where this girl the other day, she made friggin' tuna sushi out of tomatoes. And I'm just like, you know what? God bless you. Okay. And the last and final thing that is on the never list is fast food. Because remember, fast food is designed to make you crave it. And it's not the best stuff in the world for you. And honestly, I don't know a single person who has had a fast food meal and 5 minutes later felt completely satisfied. They were kind of like, where's the vending machine? I'd like some chips. You know, fast food is designed to make you crave fast food. So it's of no value to you. So when you're looking at ways to improve your life, so with your little incremental changes that are going to turn into big changes over the course of your life, then do things that are in your best interest. If you're craving something sweet, my favorite sweet thing, you take an apple, you peel it, you cut it into little bits, you stick it in a bowl, you cover it with a little bit of cinnamon, and you microwave it. Oh, and you cover it with some orange juice, because you know me and oxidation and orange juice. And boom, put it in the microwave for a couple of seconds until the apple's tender. It's totally sweet, because you've got the apple in there. If you want it even sweeter, add a little banana. Smush it all together. Make yourself a little porridge. I know, you're thinking, wait a minute, no, a dessert is, you know, a cake and stuff. Yeah, you know, once you stop getting those things, you know, room in your brain, it's really easy to let them go. So anyways, so that's it. On a daily basis, get your greens in. Eat some nuts. Eat some carrots. Eat some beans. Eat some berries. Berries are very, very important. Tons of antioxidants in berries. Very, very important. Eat something from the broccoli family. Do that every day. A couple of times a week. Give yourself some yogurt. Have a sweet potato. Eat an avocado. Have a little oily fish. Tofu. Yeah, if you like that way. Ground flax seeds, your best buddy. Cinnamon, major antioxidant. Lemon juice, orange juice. It's all good. Or an orange. Or eat some lemon if you go that way. Make yourself a little lemonade without any sugar. You'd be surprised at how amazing an agua fresca is with just some lemon, maybe some cucumbers, floating around in some water. It's delish. It's totally delish. And more refreshing than any soda you have ever had in your whole life. So, that's Penny's Talele for today. I'm just talking about coffee. I love it. I really do. I have 3 shirts. All say coffee. One says blood type, iced coffee. Because you know what? That's kind of true. And it's got to change. It's got to change. If I want the healthy future that I want, then I really, really need to cut it down. Tuetemitas. So, if I get a little bit crankier in these videos over the next couple of weeks, then you know, I'm cutting out my caffeine. But hey, but if I get more peppy and have more energy, then you'll know the benefits. So that's the talk for today, and I hope you're having fun and take action August. And we'll see you tomorrow. And what are we talking about tomorrow? I don't remember what we're talking about tomorrow. What are we talking about tomorrow? Where's my list? What are we talking about tomorrow? I normally have this pulled up so I could tell you. Oh, Friday. Friday, we're going to be talking about vegan junk food. So, yeah, so that's what I have on the agenda is plant-based pitfalls and vegan, vegetarian junk food. So join me for tomorrow for day 6 of Take Action August, and I hope you like this content. Oh, and we have a clock interlude, the beautiful clock. What do we have? Oh, the Blue Danube. Love it. So, until next time, my dears, don't forget, I love you. And if you like this content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, tell your friends, share. Anyways, until tomorrow, I bid you a Wiedersehen. All right. Bye-bye.